necessary to my deck. I play Bond between teacher and student.
Would you play more than one?
I only play one in the deck.
16.
Because any more than that, I feel like it's too
Bricky?
too bricky. Yeah, it doesn't let me have any consistency. So usually I will play Bond, special her, and the main play I usually try to do, like if I'm going first, I guess the main play I would do is I would have Dark Burning Magic set. That way next turn I can destroy all your cards if possible anyway. Setting Bond also lets me do Dark Burning Attack, Dark Magic Attack, or Dark Magic Twin Burst. This is, I can destroy all face-up monsters as long as I have Dark Magician Girl. Dark Magic Attack, I can destroy all spells and traps as long as I have Dark Magician. And then Dark Magic Twin Burst allows me to add attack to Dark Magician if I need to. It would be 2,000 because that's what Dark Magician Girl has. So that's kind of those plays that are some of my main plays. And there's of course Timaeus, who I use to fusion summon mostly. I use to summon Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight.
To protect your cards?
Yeah, and I play that along with Eternal Soul.
I was running out of short.
Eternal Soul. Because this card is a Dark Magician on the field, and Eternal Soul makes Dark Magicians unaffected by card effects. And this card makes it to where my opponent can't target or destroy my spells and traps. That's my main play that I try to use. If I can get a Dark Magic Circle on the board too, that helps a lot. Because obviously I would have used Dark Magician to summon him, and Eternal Soul can then summon Dark
Keep bringing it back every turn.
Yeah, to bring it back, and it allows me to banish a card whenever Dark Magician is summoned.
You can attack 3 times.
The Illusion, of course, allows me to add any monster card that is Dark Magician or mentions Dark Magician, so it's an extender. It allows me to continue my hand, continue my play. Of course, Magician's Rod.
I was like, there's no fucking way.
Lets me
Search
my deck for any spell or trap that mentions Dark Magician.
And then if he was the store,
There's my 3 Dark Magicians that I use. Magician's Souls lets me special summon a Dark Magician or a Dark Magician Girl, depending on the situation and the need.
Deal with, I just can't deal with it well.
Magician's Salvation goes with Eternal Soul.
Would you play more than one?
I would only play one of those. Field spells and continue, I almost want to only play Eternal Soul, but I only play one of those because you can target it with Magician's Rod, and usually I can add a rod to my hand whenever.
What other cards would you recommend for your deck?
Preparation of Rites. You would need those to add an illusion to your hand. And of course, like I mentioned earlier, illusion is an extender. It allows you to create a play if you don't have one. Soul Servant is another one. Lets me place any card that is Dark Magician or mentions Dark Magician on top of the deck. And if I have a Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl or a Palladium Magician? Yeah, a Palladium Magician. Or no, Palladium Oracle Mahad, that's his name. I can draw cards depending on the number of different cards with those names. So up to 3. I can draw up to 3. Secrets of Dark Magic, that's my fusion spell. It's a quick play too, so if someone targets one of my cards, I can quick play that, and then they can't target that card anymore.
Would you play more than one?
I've thought about it, I've tried it, but that gets too bricky also as well.
Makes sense.
It's targetable with Rod, of course, too. Magician Navigation lets me special summon a Dark Magician from my hand, and then I can also special summon a level 7 or lower Dark Spellcaster, and I usually choose Chronicle Magician to go with that. Because when he is special summoned, I can add 2,500 attack to Dark Magician, and that's pretty hard for people to get over usually. Magician's Combination. Let's see. I go back and forth on this card because it's good. Sometimes you can, if you play
it's situational.
Right. If you play it in combination with Salvation, I put that here. It allows you to special Dark Magician Girl back after you tributed her to negate something, and it's just it's a continuous negate, like a constant negate.
Like skill drain.
Right. Yeah. See, and then I've
Thing
got
is, if you were playing
Harpies,
Conquest, I
Raigeki,
would've just been-
evenly matched.
Board wipes.
Yeah, board wipes. And the 2
They
ashes.
make it so you must be
I use those after it's
nor can
obviously in
they-
the negate, and I also use it to summon.
I don't know, but they
Baron.
wouldn't be able to
Yep.
attack.
Because it's a tuner.
Yep.
You attack.
Which of course Baron is obviously very useful. Can negate most things and destroy a target a card.
Yep.
Because I have VJ.
One of my favorite plays is summoning
Play it with Conquest.
Master of Chaos. If I have Timaeus on the field
That takes me.
and Illusion in my hand, I will use Timaeus' effect to use Dark Magician and Illusion to fusion summon him. And when he's summoned, I can then special Dark Magician from the graveyard because you can special any light or dark monster.
Yep.
And that's OTK usually. If I can get
Pull
the
it
attack
off.
through, yeah, that's an OTK. Red Eyes Dark Dragoon, obviously very useful.
I recommended that.
Yeah. The Dark Magicians, of course, I think that has to go with every Dark Magician deck. This guy, I haven't really played him yet. He's kind of situational, I think. Like, if you have a defense position monster on the board, I can do a lot of damage to you because he does piercing.
Yeah.
Also,
It depends on your matchups.
right, yep. One of my main plays that I like to do, too, would be... Oh, and... Sorry, I'll go back to this one. Whenever I use Navigation to summon Chronicle Magician, that's usually leads into an Ebon Illusion Magician, because it takes 2 level 7s, and Dark Magician and him are both 7. And this guy allows me to special a normal spellcaster, and then whenever a normal spellcaster attacks, I can target a card and banish it. So he's very useful as well.
Yep.
And Artemis is very handy for getting Magician's Rod back into my hand.
Yep.
I can tribute her. If I activate a spell or trap on my opponent's turn, I can tribute her to return Rod from the graveyard to my hand. So it's kind of continuous Rod. Rod never leaves my hand, you know, if I can pull it off.
You must keep looming it back.
Yep. Where'd I have Rod at? Where
It was right here.
right there. Link Spider I use just to get Dark Magician into the graveyard for my
Eternal
first
Soul.
turn. Yep, for Eternal Soul, and then hopefully I've got Circle on there as well to banish something. Blackluster Soldier, Soldier of Chaos is very handy. If I use Dark Magician to summon him, he can't be targeted or destroyed by effects. And it, of course, allows me to send Magician to the graveyard again to use Eternal Soul.
Keep bringing it back.
Yep. Celine I use mostly to go into an access code talker,
Yep.
because I can summon a Rod or a Magician Girl from the graveyard, and then that'll be the requirements to summon access code.
Okay.
I haven't used these two exactly yet. They're kind of just in there for situations.
Have you considered cutting them?
I have. I just added them like the other day, so they're kind of my fluctuating cards, you know, where if I decide what's necessary.
Yeah.
I already talked about Link Spider. And IP is just another way to get, you know, like a
Access code.
access code, or makes, you know,
Celine.
or like make it to where something can't be destroyed, you know, if I really need it to be,
Yep.
or something like that. I use it sometimes. It's not really like one of my main moves though.
Okay.
But let me see, is there anything else I can talk about?
What changes would you consider making?
Let's see, I've got my side deck.
I'll banish 1 cubic
So
armor to
I keep like, sometimes I think about putting, you know, depending on who I'm playing, I've got like, you know, another Ash, a Ghost Spell, Ghost Ogre, Dimension Shifter. It's
That's
very,
good.
very handy.
For most matchups.
I got Book of Moon, Called by the Grave. I just added this one because I thought it would be
They
handy.
should bring Called by back to 3.
I think so too, yeah. I got Chain Disappearance. Curse Seal the Forbidden Spell can be very handy. Like if you're playing against like a Branded and they play like Branded Fusion, you can play this and they can't play Branded Fusion for the rest of the duel. And that would obviously hinder a Branded deck pretty well. Drowning Mirror Force for if a cards can't be destroyed, I can just return them to the deck.
Yep.
Infinite Imperm, very useful for any kind of situation. Mirror Force.
No.
I have Trap Jammer in here kind of just for like if someone has a evenly matched
Or
something
Mirror
like that.
Force.
Or a Mirror Force, yep. I haven't used this guy yet. I put him in there Kind of for you, actually, for like Makonkos or something. Because if you special summon a Makonko from grave, then I can banish that and every monster with that type on the field.
Yeah.
Psychic and Punisher, I have him for like if I get like an Ash and a Timaeus in hand, that's an 11. I can summon him. It's a pretty good card to have.
Yep.
And of course Zeus. He's kind of like my oh shit card, you know, just in case.
No one
things go
sees it
poorly.
coming.
Yep. Which he would rely on him. I would need to attack with him to summon.
Then,
But
do you want to do some test hands?
we can do some test hands. Yeah, we'll do that.
Drill
Let's
driver.
see.
Okay. So
These guys back
resolution of
here.
summon.
Was that 5?
Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Doesn't have to be special.
What were your matchups, by the way?
Let's see. I played you and your heroes.
Yeah.
And I played Cal and well, I forget. I don't really know what he was playing, to be honest with you.
I believe it was Grandmaster.
Yeah, yeah.
So we'll put your token in.
Effect failure that goes with that.
21.
Asterisk dimension.
So we'll just use.
Okay. What was your last matchup?
Matt. Oh yeah.
Use my system. There we go.
My last matchup was against Matt. He plays Punk. Punk owned me pretty well.
Yeah, that's a tough deck to get over.
Yeah, I don't know it too well either, so it's hard for me to get over it.
Effects, if the original attack is 3,000 or less.
Just gotta get all my cards together.
That's fine.
Unaffected by other monsters' activated effects.
And there is the activated effect.
Yeah.
Garnet slots, and then usually have a higher special.
Okay, so he's only
For the
25, or he's only
Spider.
25 defense, and then 25 attack.
Last access code.
We do.
tackle for enough time.
Forbidden Droplet. Sending my
And
V-Jump.
higher armor
Okay.
you have,
Sending use effect and then have its attack. So it's at 15.
I feel like I'm missing something.
Go for battle.
It's probably in this pile of cards.
Take 15. And then since I destroyed the monster, I can attack and go Crimson
Take
over.
1,000.
And
Run.
then I will return here, which you both take another.
Was it that one?
No.
Still
So
alive.
which one is it?
Barely.
Draw turn.
It's Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight.
I know one of
Oh, he's right there.
the green rag hat,
3, 4, 5, 6.
Let's go back there. With
Okay.
them.
Hey, is there going to be a 4 o'clock?
that advantage,
Prep.
but they're like difficult to find on
Again,
their own when
if
you're
there's enough people.
If there's enough people here.
I might consider it if there's enough people. Yeah.
It's just like such
Is anyone showing right?
So how it'd probably be a few hour thing again, a couple hour thing. I don't know. Okay. Let's get this back here.
Oh, did he make that? This card. Reveal.
Ooh,
Card ceremony. Activate ceremony. Special this. Effective ceremony. Send my other grave. I'm going to activate my special tool. Effect to search for trap. So how mad would you be if I told you I had game right now? Because I do.
Alright, I think I gotta keep remembering to send that trap card. You will have game.
I do have game on board.
I forgot to send that trap card again. Thank you.
And then we'll just go.
Because that trap card is in my graveyard, I can banish it, and then you can't attack anything with my V-Jump Seed, which has 0 attack and defense.
You don't have a V-Jump seed.
No, it was someone from deck.
Oh.
And then since it has 0 attack and defense, I would not take damage, and then I'm also going to keep it.
Do a power shuffle here.
Okay. So battle phase, attack both for game. I break my hand.
I gotta keep remembering to send that trap card, but I don't do it.
I really hard break first hand.
I can banish this card from my graveyard for some one V-Jump the Cupid Seed from my hand deck or graveyard. Then, if only your opponent controlled a monster when this effect was activated, I can put some up to 2 more V-Jump Cupid Seeds.
Hopefully it's a good hand.
And then V-Jump just, if you attacked,
Okay.
would just go into my Stone Trap card zone and then place Cupid counter.
Not a good hand.
Mind showing?
So that's a complete brick right there.
Perfect.
Okay. You gotta at least do something with Soul Servant.
Yeah, I could play Soul Servant and I could put a card on. I would probably put Illusion on top. That way, if I draw it, and I can make some kind of play out of Illusion.
Do you want to do another one?
Yeah, we do.
Good. I like them.
Do another one here.
They're not dangerous, but if you let them go
Put
off,
these back on
then they
bottom.
are.
Let's try.
Hopefully you get something much better this time around.
I'll probably need to buy another Ascension.
Okay, so with this hand, I'd probably do.
Rod first?
I'd do a Rod, and I'd probably go for Secrets.
Diffusion Summon?
Yeah. No, I would go for. What would I do? Yeah, I would go for Secrets. And that would let me fusion Dark Magicians.
Yep.
And then from there, I would, if that gets destroyed, of course I can get like a Dark Magician and a Dark Magician Girl.
Yep.
And depending on how things go, I got Magician's Combination, I can negate something. Evenly matched. If I was going second, I probably would have just went battle and then evenly matched
Banish
them.
most of
Yeah.
your opponent's cards.
That would have given me
More than enough.
a little room anyway. Yeah. The next turn probably got like a
OTK.
yeah, or if I couldn't have done that, would have got like an Eternal Soul probably.
Keep
That
bringing
way I
Dark
could keep
Magician
bringing
back.
Dark Magician back. Yeah.
What do you want to say to people who want to get into the game?
I would say just play something that is fun to you, that you see like your, you know, like the heart of the cards, like it's, that you see your heart in, that you see yourself in. You know, have fun with it. You know, at the very least, like I might not win all the time, but I can give people trouble, and I have fun when I'm doing it. I like my cards. You know, and that's what I do.
I think I'm miscounting.
But I'm Alex. I play Dark Magicians, and thank you for watching.